that working? It's working. Sorry, it just shut off for like no apparent reason. Okay, are you ready to go down the rabbit hole and become a master builder? So I just had, well, I can't just say one download, this is a few downloads, but it's just come into full clarity mode whilst I was having a pace round my favourite place. I'll just show you where I am. I love it so much. Okay, so where to start with the building of reality? So with every thought, with every emotion, with every action, you're constantly building your reality. And in the past, a lot of years in the past, science, religion and magic used to be classified as all one thing, three parts of the same thing, like mind, body, spirit. And you need that part of the information to go forward with this thought. So with your thoughts, your intentions, and with your actions, that's the three different things. I hope you're still with me. So when you're building your reality, you start with intention, yeah? So what is the greater outcome of your thoughts? Then you have thoughts, and then you turn them into actions. So if you had an intention to, say, prove somebody wrong, right? Say if you wanted to do a scientific experiment and you wanted to prove somebody else wrong, that's your intention. So you wanted to prove someone wrong, okay? So that's the intention that you're putting out into the world. Then you would have loads of thoughts about how you were going to do that. So first of all, you'd probably start thinking that what that person said is a load of nonsense, or you would start thinking bad things about that person, or you would say that they didn't do it right, or they didn't do it the way that you would do it, yeah? So then you would move forward with your actions and your experiments to prove that that person was wrong. And then you found out that, oh, amazing, this person was actually wrong. Now, was that person actually wrong, or do you just find out a different way of doing it? Because that person wasn't necessarily wrong, they were just doing it in a different way. If you had the intention that you wanted to prove someone wrong, that's the energy that you're putting out into the universe, and that's the energy that will come back to you. Like, you will succeed in your mission, yeah? So, like, say for example, you had a dislike for someone, or that you were jealous of someone, or I'm just bringing this back to the you and I of the situation, with us being scientists doing experiments. Well, I sort of am, but just so in a more relatable fashion. If someone was doing something that you didn't agree with, or that was causing you to be triggered or harm in some way, then what you would naturally do is have an intention like, I want to hurt that person back, or I want to make that person stop what they're doing, or yeah, just something along them lines. So you would start having thoughts about that person. So you would start trying to undress the reason why they were doing, oh, that person must be doing this because of, they must not like me, they must think that I'm a bad person, or, you know, like, you can imagine the thought processes that go down that road, and we internalize it. So I'm just going to drop this phone out of my hand in a minute. I do apologise. I haven't got my tripod with me. So then your thoughts turn into actions. So you would then, I don't know, start trying to hurt that person in some way. So you would say slag them off to your friends. You would send them shitty messages. You would, I don't know, block them. You would, your actions would carry on with that intention. But your intention comes back at you. So you're building with intention. So you're basically saying that person must be a bad person because they're hurting me, or that I'm upset, so therefore that person's a bad person. So you will get a reaction from that person that is very not to your liking because of your actions. Do you understand where I'm going? So let's U-turn that situation and say that someone was treating you not very nice and it was upsetting you. Instead of internalizing it and building intention on, trying to hurt that person back, why not just say that my intention is peace? My intention is to be a peaceful person, and that's what I want, and actually not do anything at all. Because you're not making up any thoughts in regards to that person. And therefore you get no repercussions from that. So if you have a peaceful intention, you get a peaceful outcome because there's been no action to retaliate from. So therefore you do end up with peace because that's the intention that you went out with. So when we go about our lives and we're wanting to build the luxury lifestyle that everybody craves and wants, and we want the nice house, and we want families, and we want babies and all the rest of it, and we want relationships, and we want them quicker than they come along, and we want everything yesterday. If we look at the intention behind what we're actually trying to do, then that will save you a lot of time. Because why do you want the things that you want? Why are you building the reality that you seek? Why are you going to work every day? Because you want the money. Because you want nice things. You want this, you want that. But what is the reason why you want it? Because, for example, say you went to work and you worked really hard and you got a load of money. Oh my God, son, looks amazing. If you got a load of money and you bought this thing that you really, really wanted because you thought you really wanted it, and then you got it, and then you were like, it hasn't done what I wanted it to do, because you've got the wrong intention for that thing. Nothing outside of yourself can make you happy. Or, for example, saying that you really want a relationship. Why do you want that relationship? You've got this relationship, you find this person, you rush into a relationship, and you still feel lonely as hell. You went into that intention because you were lonely. You will end up building the loneliness in your relationship because that's the intention that you went in with. I hope this is making sense. So if you really undress your intention as you're going through your life and what you really want and what you really want to get out of it, that's the way to become the master builder in your reality. Because say for example, you really wanted to be happy, right? That was your true intention. You want to be happy from your core. So you would go about your life, or you would have thoughts that would make you happy. Think about it. What would actually make you happy in this moment? Think about it. Without having to invest in buying yourself something, think about what would really make you happy. And then move forward with those kind of thoughts. True happiness comes from emotional fulfillment. What would make you feel emotionally invested into something? What would give you that massive emotional return on something? And then you will get that intention from that action. Because that's the energy that you put out into the world. If you want to be happy, be happy. and it will come back to you tenfold. Smile at someone because you're happy. You'll get a smile back. It honestly is that simple. Like, please don't complicate it. The energy that you put out by your intention is the energy that you get back. It really is that simple. If you're trying to hurt someone, then someone will hurt you. It's like, if you're trying to hold on to a relationship that's not serving you, that relationship will not serve you. Like, and I just think everything is just a bit muddled in regard to what we actually want. Like, for example, and this keeps coming to me, and this was the last bit of the download that came, because I saw a reader a little while ago, like, mention about, like, divine masculine and divine feminine within, like, different bodies, so that the masculine was embodying the divine female, and that the woman was embodying the divine masculine. And I think that is the true balance when people look for a relationship. Because if you break it down, and this is like really, really simple and really, really generalised, but blokes want a woman that's going to mother them and look after them and take over the mother role. But then that kind of woman won't earn her own money and be an action taker. She's going to wait for you to do that. So that's how you end up being stuck in a job, not being able to do anything that you want to do, is because you're constantly earning to keep this woman at home looking after you. Yeah? Hold on to that thought. And then, like, for the woman to want a man who's a really hard worker and who's complete breadwinner and all this kind of stuff, and who isn't going to necessarily look after her emotions, because when women look for men, they want men that are protective, they want men that are action takers, they want men that, you know, bow to their every whim and you know, are very logical and will keep the house done and do all the DIY and all that kind of stuff. But, like, if you look for a man who's all logic and no emotion, then he's not going to, you know, look after your emotions and be that unit that you rely on for strength and for protection, because he's not going to care about protecting your feelings. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So for women out there, if you want someone that is more balanced for you, then look for a man that can be emotionally mature and who will protect you in those really vulnerable moments. And I feel like the sun just popping out of that cloud there just says that is like complete enlightenment. I always say everything that happens in a reading is a sign, a synchronicity, and it always happens in these kind of videos that I do as well. Like, we're just wired to look for the wrong things in partners. And that is where we go wrong. Like, men, if you don't look for a woman who's going to roll up her sleeves and help you in your quest to become, you know, I don't know, all singing, all dancing, you know, like have the 5-bedroom house with the 2 cars. Like, if you're not going to pick a woman that's going to roll up her sleeves and help you get there, then, and you're a team, then you are going to be stuck in the main breadwinner's role, and she's going to be at home, you know, looking after your kids and washing your plates and pants, you know, like, and you are going to get moaned at because you're not there to build with her. You know, you're not going to be there to build her home, which she's desiring. You, like, simply put it, the men want the house, the women want the home. And that's what they're both good at building. So build them together rather than building them as separate. Like, the bloke is building the house and having all the nice stuff, and the woman is at home looking after all that stuff, like building the internals of that thing. Like, you've got to start looking at your other person as the other builder of your reality. You've got to be on the same page, building the same things. Like if you meet someone who can manifest what they want, if their intentions and their thoughts and their actions align, that's a master builder. That they can build their reality from their intentions. Everything that they say, that's why there's that saying, pick people that, you know, do the things that they say that they're going to do. You know, like, go for someone who keeps to their word, because that is a master builder. Someone with morals. Like, you know, go for someone who's in alignment with themselves, with that process, intention, thought, action, and work with that person to be, you know, what is your intention out of life? And I've mentioned this in a few videos, but like, you want health, wealth, happiness, contentment, peace, you know, like, these are the kind of conversations that you should be having when you're dating. The sun's back out again, making me blind. Yeah, become a master builder. Align yourself.